Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Life as a Chad YouTube channel. And I thank all of you for being here wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be listening. So recently, it's always recently with me, but because usually how I do the videos is I will come across things that I see either content wise or just things in everyday life and decide to talk about them. Things that interest me in particular. I don't think that that's necessarily what every YouTuber does. I think a lot of YouTubers will make videos based off solely off of what's popular, what's currently trendy to discuss. But I think it's just best to talk about things that genuinely interest you, so you can have a lot of passion about it. But the topic in question is, of course, the White House hanging the LGBTQT flag, LGBTQT plus AI plus 6 flag on the Capitol. And it made me think about quite a few things. By the way, if you're not subscribed, be sure to smash that fucking subscribe button, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Support a fellow king out. But it made me think of quite a few things. Let's start here. Number one, I think that, and I'm going to see if I can pull a picture of it up here. Number one, I think that this is a prime example of where the West, and in particular America, is heading. Pride, flag, capital. And if you're a conservative like myself, and many of you are, and you believe in Christianity, in Christ, in the tradition of this country, the history of this country, not even just that, but the things about this country that have made it great, and so great for so many people. So many people, black, white, Hispanic, it don't fucking matter for so many people. Has there been downsides? Of course. Has there been the downtrodden? Of course. Of course. Okay. And that's been for everybody. But by and large, it has been so great. If you're somebody like that in particular, which I am, that believes the good has far outweighed the bad in previous times, not now. Now, the bad is outweighing the good in a lot of respects. Then this should scare the shit out of you. What we're seeing. The speed in which things are moving forward is alarming. It is going forward in the wrong direction at such a fast pace that I'm not sure it can be stopped. And I've thought about, well, why is it that it's moving so quickly in the direction that it's going? And the answer to me is simple. It's because technology, how far civilization has come. A lot of these things that would progress at a normal rate are doubled in speed and in how quickly it's moving forward. And we are approaching a point of no return that it will simply be too far gone. And there's a lot of fucking people who believe we're already there. That we're already there. Look at this. Governor raises gay pride flag over Wisconsin Capitol. Progress pride flag to fly above Wisconsin state capitol. Fucking great. Look at this shit, guys. Some people believe that we are already there, that we have already passed the point of no return. And I think there's a legitimate case to be made about that. I really do. I don't personally, I don't think we're quite there yet, but it is fast approaching. And I think it's very important to discuss this and bring this up because as we approach this point of no return, once it gets there, it's done, it's over, and it's gone. And we will never be able to get back what we used to have. And the thing is that specifically if you're a conservative, your world, the world that you cherish, the world that you love, the world that you admire is being stamped and trampled out completely. It is dying. It is dying a very tragic death. And, you know, I've talked about this with many people, you know, people who are Orthodox Christians, Protestants, you know, just normal conservatives, things like that. And you know, you get varying opinions. I mean, there's Christians who think to themselves, well, this, you know, the world's going to come to an end. Therefore, we shouldn't do shit about it. It's, you know, that's what was foretold. That was what was ordained. This is a sinful world. That's it. And maybe that's true. But I also believe myself that God calls us to be active participants of this world. God does not call us to be of the world, but to participate in it and show the light and the way. And even if, what I always say to those folks is, even if you knew the world was going to end, you should still do what's right. You should still do what's just and righteous and good in the eyes of God. So even if it's true, fuck it. It doesn't matter. You need to do what's right. The next big thing that you know, when I saw this that came across my mind is those folks who say, see, we live in this modern world of the reality, the actualness of something is one thing, but what's said about it is quite a fucking another. You know, you have a country where men and women, black, white, Hispanic, are completely free. Yet, if you listen to some people, they would say that this is the most racist time period of all of history. You know, you have politicians who say, well, it's perfectly okay for illegals to come across the border in droves and that you should just accept them and love them and wrap your arms around them like a fucking kangaroo. Well, kangaroos have small, put them in your pouch like a fucking kangaroo. Yet, when those same illegals are sent into their neighborhood, they fucking freak out. They get all butthurt. They say in the mainstream that one of the most fringe, most at risk, most combated and harassed people groups are the LGBTQ plus QIA plus Y and Z. Yet they get flags that are put in front of Capitol buildings. They get a whole month in which it is devoted solely to the gayness. You would never, this blew my mind to think about. But if you went back just 40 years, it would be, and this shows how far America has gone down the rabbit hole. 40 years ago, it would be insane to advertise and brag about something like LGBTQI plus YZ. Rather, it was the norm to put something like a cross or the American flag in front of your place of business, in front of a government building, things like that. Fast forward 40 years, and it's now the opposite, where you would be ridiculed more by having a cross or confidently, assertively, and pridefully hanging up an American flag. You would be ridiculed more for that by the mainstream than if you held up a LGBTQI. LGBTQI plus is a part of the mainstream religion. The mainstream religion, of course, is self-righteousness, is victimhood, is minority rule. And they worship the ground that LGBTQI plus walks on because it makes them feel righteous about themselves. That they support such a fringe community and such a downtrodden community. Never mind the fact that that's total bullshit, that they are one of the most protected people groups in the West. In every regard, the school system, in the government, in, I mean, every which way. And that is just a perfect example to show how far down the rabbit hole America has gotten of late. And recently I was talking with this woman about, transgenders competing in women's sports. And of course, she was upset by it. And she, was saying something to the effect of, women did not try this hard to gain their freedom. Now, I knew what she was saying. She was still wrong on a few points. The very feminism that she was projecting is the same thing that allows for men with dicks who dress as women to compete in their sports. It's the very same thing. But nonetheless, she was pushing back against it and was totally shocked by this. And for a guy like me who has seen all of this shit progress like we have, this is just another of a long list of losses that I have seen during my lifetime. So it's very, very sad, guys. I'm not sure what the answer is, because it's easy for conservatives that are on YouTube and have millions of subscribers to tell you that you should speak up and be super loud and risk your job and risk your livelihood. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel comfortable telling you that that is the answer. Okay. What I do feel comfortable telling you is that sticking with the fundamentals will always lead you to success. Trying to have good relationships with your family, trying not to have children out of wedlock, trying to be married to a good, dutiful woman that respects you and respects men and loves and adores you, putting your best foot forward, having a very good, strong work ethic, being a fair, honest person, working out, going to the gym. It's like we all know what it takes to be successful, but in the context of the LGBTQ, I was about to get on a tangent there, but in the context of the LGBTQ plus AIYZ thing squared, is that you can, just by you engaging in the nuclear family and being a contributing member of your community, directly combats this bullshit. Now, on the flip side, if you have watched many of my videos, you'll say, well, Chad, you say that you don't know if you believe in marriage. Fair enough. Okay. And I don't want to go down that too much, but basically my opinion on that is simply that the current system is not fair against men. The divorce laws are not fair against men. So it's very difficult for me personally to enter into a marriage. But make no mistake, I absolutely, positively believe in the nuclear family, the family unit, God, all of it. I know that that's what leads to a very happy, healthy, fruitful life. Anyways, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is just it's crazy. I mean, and just when I think that it can't get more surprising and stunning, it does. So we're in for a long ride. I'm going to have way more content for you guys. Like, comment, share, definitely subscribe, support a fellow king out. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow in facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you guys. Peace. See you kings next time.